Who said it could be this hot out? Fucking dying on my way to class. Sweating my ass off on the bike. Now I gotta put the AC in here to the max. I'm gonna get cooked. But whatever. Alright, the weather's not gonna stop me from getting a bananas chest pump. Right? Holy shit. So, chest. Standard procedure. I'm gonna start off with a heavy pressing movement. And then, after I've done a significant amount of work and damage, I'll move on to more isolation movements, right? So I'll probably start off either barbell or dumbbell incline bench, then maybe move on to some machine press, some pec decks, perhaps perhaps something else. I don't know. Kind of just go by feel once I'm in there, right? I let the gym speak to me and tell me what I want to do. And then shoulders, of course. If you've seen one of the chest and shoulder lifts, you already know what I'm about to do for shoulders. It's just going to be 11 sets of some sort of rear delt exercise. Maybe I'll change it up, but I've been just doing one exercise for the whole 11 sets. Either face pulls, reverse pec deck, bent over, lateral raises. I mean, it's whatever, right? As long as you can feel your intended muscle firing, and you can load up a reasonable amount of weight and end your lift with a pump. Whatever you do to meet that criteria is going to work. So once I'm done with rear delts, I'll just finish off with 11 sets of side laterals, and then we can check the pump. I honestly, I might even start chilling out on shoulders again, just because, like, relatively to my arms, especially in back poses, like, my shoulders just look extra round, and it almost makes my arms look smaller in comparison, right? So, anybody that's ever seen back old school Arnold videos where he's like, you want to grow every muscle in proportion. And there's some legitimacy to that, but for the most part, the issue is you've got lacking muscle groups and not having ones that are too overpowering. So if you're looking at your calves right now, or if you're thinking about your legs, guess what? That's your sign that maybe you've been skipping a muscle group a little bit too much. So I'm gonna get in there. Gonna do some just some tricep push downs a little bit, real lightweight, just with a cable. Warm up the area. Maybe do some rotator cuff work, stuff like that. If you're about to load up your shoulders, which, I mean, by doing any pressing movement, you're using this whole apparatus. Wouldn't it just make sense to make sure everything's moving around right and get some blood flowing? Jumping straight into bench or anything else without a proper warm-up, I mean, you're asking for it. So enough of this jabbering. Let's fucking get started. So everything felt pretty good on the cables. A little bit of chest activation, shoulder activation, triceps, everything I'm about to use for the bench. So let's see how these warm-ups feel. And I say this for squats as well, but for the majority of your major body parts, like I'd say big ones, legs, chest, back, arms, your first set should be the heaviest that you can possibly go for reps. So I'm not going to sit here and do 30 reps with a plate and 25 reps with 2 plates, onward, and move up in weight every set, right?
I want to get warmed up, and then when I know I'm ready to handle, you know, my top set's weight, then I can hit it as fresh as possible.
Come on. 8, good. All right, come on, lock it out. Up, come on. Yeah. Shit. Come on. Tell one too. Yep. One, last one. Woo.
When I've done chest before, like sometimes I'll sort of alternate between presses and flies. Like I would do like 3 sets of bench, 3 sets of pec deck, and then 3 sets of machine press or whatever. But in my mind, that's better than doing something like flies before your heavy pressing, right? Because sure, you know, I got some decent activation of the pecs on that incline bench. Like I got a bit of a pump too, but I also went as heavy as I possibly could go, right? Now, if I were to have pre-exhausted with flies or something like that before I got to those sets of bench, I wouldn't have been able to go so heavy, wouldn't have done so much damage, but whatever. As long as you go hard every set, I mean, something's gonna happen. So let's get some incline chest press going. Okay, let's move on. I'm thinking 2 straight sets of pec deck ought to feel pretty good. So I'll do the same thing, like flies, presses, but this time I'll do an extra drop set, lighten the weight by like half, and then just finish with some flies. Okay, let's check the pump. Yeah, damn it. Okay, so in theory, if you're capable of doing that exact same lift with the same weights, then you should be big enough such that your pump would be comparable to what's about to be unveiled. But even if you got to do less weight, pretty standard chest day, just pressing in flies. What did I do? Like a few supersets at the end, even though like if I would have done straight sets, the pump probably would have been just as good. So let's see how that correlates to the visual effect. Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh my, dude. That is fucked up. And to think, there's still a few more months of fucking bulking to go. So this is just a sign of more to come. Holy shit. Okay, let's stop gawking and move on to shoulders. Oh my God, it's hard to look away. Jesus. So, all good things must come to an end, No more chest pump. Gotta move on to shoulders. So, purely for the sake of, showing you more than just one exercise per body part, I'll do at least 2 lifts for rear delts and 2 for side delts. But, you gotta remember, as long as you're activating the muscle adequately, with tension and you're getting a pump, you're actually doing work, you're going to stimulate growth. So I'm going to start off with probably maybe 5 or 6 sets of laying face pulls. The logic being, if you do it laying down like this, you don't have to worry about balancing yourself in midair. It always just kind of annoys me doing regular face pulls. So I'll just show 1 set of this and then move on. But I'm gonna do, 5 or 6. Dang. So a little bit of a technique tip. This works for side delts as well, like if you're doing lateral raises. But in your mind, try to imagine your shoulder, like the shoulder joint right up in here, staying in the same position, right? Because if I were to do face pulls, right, and I let my shoulders move forward and then come back and then move forward and then come back, then I'm just working a bunch of traps, right? I'm not trying to hit traps, I'm trying to hit rear delts. So I try to keep my shoulder in the same position and only rotate my arm. So that'll just come with practice. Those felt pretty good. I mean, just a good squeeze. Getting a little pumped too. So I'll do 5 reverse pec deck. Again, like I'm not even necessarily going to complete muscular failure. Like, honestly, I feel like my shoulders are already a little bit overdeveloped. So really, I'm just trying to get a good burn, get a pump. Chest was the highlight of this lift. This is almost more so accessory work. I mean, I like side delt machines. You know, I don't really have a problem with it. You know, I don't love the cable lateral raises or the cable side raises. Like, they're fine. No, I just don't get a crazy squeeze from them. I feel like I work my traps a little too much. But I mean, a machine like this, it's good. I'd say almost comparable to standard dumbbell lateral raises. You know, whatever you like to do the most, feels the best. I guess that's 2 things, and gives you the best pump. That's probably what you should do. So I think I'll do I don't know, maybe 6 sets of this. No drop sets or nothing, just 15, 20 reps, good burn, and then move on to normal dumbbell lateral raises. I swear, this is the only machine that I use where I feel like a fucking toddler with my feet dangling in the air. That's kind of funny. All right. God damn it. I never know how heavy to go on this machine. Yeah. All right, so I did 6 of those machine lateral raises. I liked it. Felt good, got a pump. But I'm gonna finish off with dumbbells. I'm thinking moderate weight, 45s, 15 reps, something like that. 5 sets. Should be pumped beyond belief. So, certainly feel pretty damn pumped. Do they look bigger? Ugh. Shoulders pumped to hell. Let's finish off some calves and get home before B-Dubs closes. I've got a very particular hankering for 20 traditional mild wings. All right, so with any luck, I should get home right when the Uber Eats guy drops off my goddamn wings. In terms of bulking,
That is not going to be your most cost-effective method. But, you know, every so often, certainly, certainly worth getting a treat. Getting a treat instead of just eating random food. So let's just slam the dextrose shake before we get to eat some real food. Yeah. Oh. All right, let's go. Let's get out of here. Oh. So, I was freaky pumped today. Like, insanely pumped. Diabolically pumped. Horrendously pumped. Auspiciously pumped. Now, what would I attribute that to? Today, at least, probably hydration. Probably hydration. I drank a ton of liquids today. Pre-workout was almost probably, let me see, what volume is this? This is 1.5. Pre-workout itself is a liter, maybe a liter and a little bit of change. I drank another half gallon during the daytime, and I like throwing some liquid IVs in there, just for like some electrolytes. It's probably a scam. I'm sure I could buy a bulk electrolyte drink from somewhere, or like a bulk electrolyte drink powder from somewhere. But whatever. Very what's the word? Shit, very available. Very fuck, what am I thinking? Very simple. Whatever. You just get your little pack, you pour it in, don't have to worry about it. Good. But yeah, I mean, you got to think, what are your muscles full of? Right? Carbs. It's full of carbs. There's a reason why people talk about carbing up. But you got to think, those carbs are dissolved in what? Water. Water, goddammit. So, if you're fully fed on a bulk, you know, you're eating a lot of food, it probably won't affect you so much as when you're on like a cut in a dieting phase. But I definitely notice if I'm dieting, you know, I'm sticking to 2,000 calories, 2,500 calories a day, where that ends up being like, you know, maybe 150 grams of carbs. What'll dictate whether or not the workout feels good and like gives me a good pump and I'm nice and energized is usually about how hydrated I am, right? So if I were to do a lift while dieting, without drinking enough water, and you know, without having enough sodium and whatever else floating around my system, probably more likely to, well, just in general, more likely to get fucking like headaches. Just gonna feel like, just not gonna feel that good. Whereas, oh yeah, and you're gonna have a worse pump, and you got to think your muscles are like the whole biomechanics of how your muscles work is like electrolyte transport. I'm not really into that kind of science stuff, but you get the gist. You know, you need some salt floating around. So, if you do drink, you know, a considerable amount of water, right? You're well hydrated, you're pissing clear, and you got a good amount of salt floating around your system. Pump's gonna be better. Your lift is gonna be better. You're gonna be stronger, feel better. Tell you what, don't underestimate the power of the gallon milk jug, right? The guy with that gallon milk jug, he knows what he's doing, right? So, other than that, more related to the lift itself, you know, chest was, holy crap. That, yeah, I was almost surprised when I took my pump cover off, to be honest. I need to eat more food. I am like way too fucking lean for this bulk. Because 260 is when the bulk ends. God damn it. Not gonna break on that, you know. The most I've weighed before is 250, so I'm at the precipice. So I gotta get real with the eating. That's my limiting factor right now. So when I get home, I mean, I'm gonna eat all these wings, ton of protein, considerable amount of fat as well. But as long as you do your cardio and you train hard, to an extent, it's going to be able to let you get a bit more flexible with your diet, right? Because just by training, you know, and being a serious lifter, right, your metabolism is going to be way better. And just by having, you know, more muscle in your frame, your baseline amount of food that you need to eat every day is going to go up. So, just in general, man, I recommend lifting to anybody. You know, even if you don't want to be a fucking nutcase bodybuilder, even just being fit, just gonna feel better, right? Fucking ride your bike around or something, you know. You're not meant to just sit around in a chair all day. Like, yeesh. You know, not far from now, everybody's gonna be sitting at home with a VR headset on, Sword Art Online style, right? Nobody's gonna have respect for real muscle anymore. So we gotta keep the passion alive, god damn it. So I'm gonna go home, eat, take my vitamins. I think I might have some homework due at midnight. I don't want to think about it. And then back day tomorrow. So probably get some heavy ass rows in again. Pull downs, whatever. Just get an insane pump. And fuck, you'll see you then. So you thought I was gonna forget? You thought I was gonna forget to call you out on not doing your cardio? You fucking asshole. I know you're not doing it. Oh my god. I swear, dude, 30 minutes. It's not hard. Now, I will admit, there's more than 30 minutes to it, because you gotta either go to the gym or, you know, just go for a walk outside. And when I say cardio, I do not mean a run, right? You can just walk for, I don't know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. There's been times when I was younger, just like living at home all the time in high school, especially in the summertime, my sleep schedule would get really crazy. And I mean, I wake up at like 3 in the morning for whatever reason. That was just how the sleep schedule was. It was time for cardio. And I mean, you know, there was no going to the gym. So I just fucking go bike around or something. If you want crazy results, you gotta be crazy. You gotta do some things that are, you know, relative to the layman, a little bit crazy. But whatever. It's not my body if you don't want to do your goddamn cardio. I know I'm doing 30 minutes on the bike in the morning. So just keep that in mind. I'll see you next time.